Hello and welcome back to Cypheros, and actually welcome to the C# Productive Crash Coursy. Let's get started, okay? I don't want you to waste more time. This is going to be very straight to the point, and as you may see, the videos are also going to be very short and digestible, because this is the objective of this course, okay? Welcome, and what I want you to know is that this is going to be a C# course, I mean a regular one, about learning C# basics, but my special offer is that we're going to break down the concepts meticulously so you don't get overwhelmed, okay, by the information. Also, if this is your first programming language course you are taking, okay, do not worry, I will explain everything, and I'm not assuming that you should know everything. Also, why I call this productive crash course, because the mini projects, okay, the partial projects are going to be related with productive apps, okay, productivity apps. We don't have a Pomodoro timer, but not just simply a Pomodoro timer, because that could be very easy, trust me. But also it will have some features and about changing the timer you want. I mean, if you know the Pomodoro timer, okay, you also want to know that there is a flow time, and there's this method, okay, called break bucket, okay, so we're going to have these 3 modes on a single app. And as I said, we'll take you learning step by step, but with a fierce speed. That means everything is going to be very broken down, but the concepts are going to be very, very intensive. Well, the speed we learn. Let's begin, okay? What is C#? What you should know about it is that it's a very versatile programming language. Therefore, if this is your first programming language, congratulations, because it will serve you a lot on many stuff, on many areas that you want to go on. Also, you want to know that it was developed by Microsoft, the same enterprise who made Windows, with the principal purpose of making it belong to the .NET framework. And also, something that you want to know about it is that C# is not the only programming language. That's also why I said this F#, because C#, yes, is the most important over here, but there are also a bunch of languages more. Finally, for this part, well, if you are interested in gaming, whether or not, you should know that it's very useful in game development. Many popular games are developed on this programming language using the Unity game engine. An example about this, okay, these are Pokemon Go, Cuphead, and Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla is like Super Smash Bros. Next, features. Okay, you should know this type safety. It means that there is no problem on the type you update, so that with the variables, we're going to see this on next episodes, but you should just consider it. Then, it's an object-oriented programmer, very ordered. So the syntax at the beginning, okay, may be overwhelming because of the various words that you must understand, but on the long run, you'll see that it's very, very polished. Okay, I'm continuing with the syntax. Okay, it's very similar to JavaScript. I noticed this when I was learning C#, knowing already JavaScript, okay? But even if the syntax may be overwhelming for the first, it basically follows the same patterns. About the setup, okay, let's begin. I will give you examples from Windows and MACOS, very short videos, okay, so you can get started on C#. On this case, I will focus on Linux because I have Linux, and the tutorials about studying C# are not that well known, okay, or many people have problems about getting it. Now, about the structure of a generic C# program, we're going to have the next part. It's about using the libraries. What are libraries? Basically, groups of code that facilitates us to write lines, make it also the code cleaner. And over here, we have a principal class. Okay, but inside of this class, we have also more classes. And the main one is everything that is displayed once we run the program. And in comparison to other programming languages, we declare functions outside of the main program. And so we have this say hello, and we're going to explain static and void and all of this stuff later on. Don't worry about that. But as you can see, we have classes inside of classes, and classes and classes and classes, and we can just nest all the info that they bring among them. Now let's get started with our first program. Okay, it's not going to be a program itself, okay, it's just a line of code, but let's write hello world in the console. Hello world is a very common line that programmers use on their tutorials, okay, to teach you how to code, okay, but it's just displaying a message on the console. What is the console? A space where we can launch messages that we context. This is very useful for debugging. Okay, I'm getting information. Even if obviously for a beginner, the most promising thing is about building an app that could be displayed on their PCs, which we call them graphical user interface, GUI. It's not for Ultra Instinct, by the way. So this is the code that we're going to write, and let's go. Okay, I hope you've watched the tutorial to install Visual Studio Code and C# on any operating system. What we're going to do is to open the folder where we have our file. So we're going to go onto File, Open Folder, have it on desktop here, C# project, then open. I'm going to have everything that was created on the terminal. This by itself works, but we wanna have the structure because we go on bigger projects, it will be more useful. In this case, for accessing to all functionalities we have, then our first class, which is called program, it's actually a keyword. It's the program that's displayed when we run our file. And then we're going to write on, honestly, do not care about that. Then we're going to get the principal line, is going console write line. Okay, this write line comes from the library we are using. Now we open the terminal, and in order to run this program, .NET run. And that's all, okay? It will display hello world. That's all. Thanks for watching.